Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Katelyn, and today we're continuing the ABC challenge with I for Inigo Montoya. So if you guys don't know this character, he is from a classic movie called The Princess Bride, and I chose him because it's actually one of my favorite movies, and it's my husband and I's go-to date movie. When we first started dating back in high school, like my sophomore year, at least this is the one that I remember we watched the most. Like, you know, snuggle up with some hot chocolate and watch this silly, fun little romance comedy, and I absolutely adore it. And I think we watch it at least once a year. We have it on DVD, and it's kind of our go-to stay-in popcorn and hot chocolate date movie, and I really, really love it. I know I watched it before I started dating my husband. I can't remember when. I don't remember how old I was when I first saw the movie, but I know that I had I had a huge crush on Wesley. I freaking loved the Dread Pirate Roberts, and I also loved Inigo. He was so funny, and I loved his character and his little development arc and all that. I really, really liked him too, and so I thought I'd give a little shout out to my favorite little date movie by drawing Inigo for I. So this one, it's a little harder to think of things to talk about. I kind of already covered most of the main stuff. Date movie, saw it multiple times. And I guess the other thing is, Inigo is such an iconic character from the series just because of his main line, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." Everyone's heard that. Everyone's heard that at least one point, or it's been on shirts and mugs, and what else have I seen it on? Stickers everywhere. And he's a really cool and iconic character, and that line is pretty dang famous. And I am running out of stuff to talk about, guys, and I'm not even halfway through the video. Well, you know what? I'll actually talk about the art. So this one was a little difficult for me. I was pushing myself to try a different pose than I'm used to, and not something I'm 100% comfortable with. Especially with the sword, that was the hardest part. Like, I do like drawing weapons and props, but I know it's not my strong suit. And it was especially hard because it was an angle that I haven't tried before, and I tried to find a lot of good reference images for his sword, but the guard on the sword, it's kind of hard to translate into drawing because there's so many overlaying, interweaving pieces of metal throughout the whole thing, and there's jewels and gold and all this other stuff, and it was really hard to figure out how that would translate into drawing, and I really, really struggle with that one. And actually, that's my least favorite part of this piece, is the sword. I might have to go back if I ever use this piece for anything else. I'm probably gonna go back and redo the sword because I got really frustrated. I tried a lot of different things to try to make it at least look better or decent, and I kept trying over and over, and I just ended up getting frustrated and giving up and just using what's there right now. And it's not terrible, but personally I didn't like it so much, so I think if I have to edit anything, I'd have to go back and change that sword hilt, and maybe instead of just looking online for the reference images, I'll go through the movie and get some screen grabs and try to get a good 360 of the sword. Because on top of it, the angle that I picked, he does pull off a similar pose in the movie, but you can't see the sword hilt very well. I tried looking at a bunch of other screenshots, and it's just, since it's an older movie, most of the screenshots online are a little bit more blurry and pixelated, and you can't see a lot of really good detail on it. So I had to take a stab at it. Sword, get it? Stab. I had to take a stab at it and just see if I could get the handle and hilt to work, but I don't know. I'm still not too happy with it looking at it again. It was a rough day. When I did draw this, I had fun until I got to the sword, and then I got super frustrated. I was getting really angry and ticked off with it because I didn't like how it looked, but at the same time, I'm like, if I keep working this over and over, it's not gonna look any better. It's kind of like one of those moods you get into when you're drawing and you redraw the same thing 20, 30 times and it still doesn't look good, and you keep trying and trying, but then you just get super frustrated, and that's exactly what happened with me. I just got way too frustrated, so everything looked wrong, and I just left it as is, because it just, it was so agitating. So agitating. I think I need to practice more weapons and swords and different angles of it, because I know that's what I struggled with the most. Like, I can do a couple of decent poses with swords, but man, specifically that hilt. That hilt was ridiculous with all the stupid curls and turns and all that. I mean, it's an awesome sword. Like, in the movie, I really like the design. But man, it is not fun to draw. At least for me. It wasn't fun for this one. Alright, well, it looks like I'm getting a little bit closer to finishing. I'm just adding the highlights, and I put in the shadows, and I think I'm adding a little bit of texture to his vest to give it more of a worn leather look. And I like how the pose turned out overall for this, but I'm still not too happy with that sword. I might have to go back and try it again. But overall, I think it turned out okay. Not my favorite, but I think it was still a lot of fun to do, and I still love Inigo, so this was a fun little homage. So thanks again, guys, for stopping by and checking out the video. If you aren't already, you can hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video, you can hit the like button. And I release new videos every Friday. So I will see you guys next Friday for another art video. Bye, guys.